Hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Well, I thought I'd take a little bit of time out to at least share a video as we welcome in for Western astrology the sun sign of Virgo, which is from August 23rd to September 21st, 22nd. And the reason why I say for Western astrology is that I've been reading very lightly a little bit of the sidereal astrology, where basically the astrology is based more on the constellations, the placement of the signs at the actual time of the year of someone's birth. And so sidereally, we're still in Leo, and it usually goes from the middle part of August, I think it's like August 16th to September 16th. That's for the sidereal. So sidereal wise, we are still constellation astronomically in the sign of Leo, but because I've been doing this series focusing more on the Western astrology of the signs, the tropical astrology, which is based more on the seasons of the year. So I'm going to continue that, but I'm going to be throwing in some sidereal insight, probably in a separate video. I won't do it for this month of Virgo, but maybe when we move from Leo into Virgo from September, I believe it's September 16th to October 15th or 16th, I will see about doing a video to focus on the sidereal energy of the astrological signs. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do the sidereal and the Western astrology all in one video, because that would just drive someone very batty to understand the information. So with that being said, this is going to be a brief overview, and then I'm going to pull some cards to discuss the energy of our tropical astrology sun sign of Virgo, which goes from August 23rd to September 22nd. Its planetary ruler of Virgo is Mercury. Mercury's air. Virgo is earth. Its placement of Virgo in the houses rules the sixth house. And the sixth house deals with health. It deals with our what we do, our daily routine, how we pay attention to getting things done, how we process, how we think things out in that Virgo-like manner with that influence of Mercury. Okay, so Mercury, we're dealing about mental processes. It's different. The Mercury influence on Virgo is different with the Mercury influence of Gemini. Okay, so Mercury in Virgo deals more with the actual action, thinking things out, but actually doing it and putting it into action. Okay, being very precise about things, getting things put together and making it happen. Mercury with Gemini deals with communications, how we interact. That action comes more from the intellectual. Here, Mercury activates the Virgo aspect of actually looking at things. It's almost like thinking before actually doing action. It makes sure, it being Virgo, makes sure that it has everything that it needs to move forward. Okay, so that's my feeling when it comes to Mercury with Virgo. It's more of an actionary perspective for Virgo as opposed to Mercury and Gemini. It's more of communication and taking action more at the intellectual, communicating at that level, being like-minded. Here we are being more in the process, taking action with our thoughts. Okay, so with the Decan, which we are just beginning, we are August 23rd to September 2nd. This is from Attila Karpathy's deck. We have here the Eight of Discs. Eight of Discs or Eight of Pentacles. This is the Unified Esoteric Tarot. The Eight of Pentacles or Eight of Discs is the first Decan from August 23rd to September 2nd for that time of Virgo. Okay, so let's kind of explore this a little bit. So with Attila's deck, we have here the keyword of dedication. And that's pretty much when you think of Virgos. Virgos are literally, once they've set their mind and they've started the action towards working towards things, there is a dedication. A lot of the earth signs, or all the earth signs, I feel, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, there are different levels of dedication and how they will protect their things, dedication in maintaining a rigid schedule and getting things done, and then dedication with Virgos, once they've made a promise to get something done, they do it. Okay, not that the other signs like Capricorn, Taurus don't, but Virgo comes more from the heart. Virgo is a mutable sign, so they like to be in an environment where there's a lot of activity. It stimulates the Mercury aspect of Virgo, and so that influence of like being in an environment where there's a lot of processes, a lot of work, a lot of action that's taking place actually inspires Virgo. It keeps them moving, it keeps the mind thinking, it keeps them more focused on what they want to do for completion. Again, here we have the key word here, establishing a foundation. This is where Virgo rules in the 6th house. So let's move straight here for this Decan of Virgo, ruled by the Eight of Discs or Pentacles. We're looking at keywords of dedication, taking care of responsibility. Here's the card for the month of Virgo from August 23rd to September 22nd. It's responsibility. Okay, taking actions and maintaining that. Okay, again, you make a promise or you say you're going to do something, you will get it done. Okay, and that's the influence we should take with Virgo, especially during this first week. If there are things, especially now since we're getting towards the end of the summer, Virgo is the last sign to close out in tropical astrology, to close out the season of summer, and then we move into Libra, which is the cardinal sign and welcomes us into fall. But here, this is now time where we start slowing our processes, our actions. Summer is winding down. There is still some residual activity going on. We may still feel a little bit of that excess energy that we have from summer, but now, depending on where you are, weather will start cooling down. Hopefully our days are getting shorter, more so in some areas than other. Here in Oregon, we're starting to see very slight signs of the trees starting to change color. So in probably about 1 or 2 months, we're going to see a full blooming of these colors of fall coming in. So this is a transitorial time right now. So a lot of things are shifting. So with this Eight of Discs, these are 3 different perspectives, visual perspectives of the Eight of Discs. This is from the Asherah Tarot, where we have the Sun in Virgo. Okay, so the Sun, Virgo, being this first week as we enter the first week of Virgo, we're looking at strong tendencies of Virgo coming into play. We start now thinking about the last few months of the year. We start putting things more in a almost in an organizational manner. It's like, okay, now, we're back to school. People start getting planners around this time of the year to get ready for the next year. Things start becoming a little bit more focused for many. And we have the Halloween season, Thanksgiving. We have all this excitement coming in, so we start planning. So this time of the year is always good for organizing. So here with the Eight of Discs, we see the tenacity, we see the dedication. Okay, and what I mean by dedication here, especially with this card with the Asherah Tarot, look at the patterns. Okay, we're seeing a lot of work that's taking place because we start seeing the benefits. We know that there's going to be results coming from it, and it's something that we're really excited about. Okay, this is something new. We can still have blossoming abundance effect during the fall season, even though it's the waning time of the year. The same here. This is our Eight of Pentacles. This is from the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, look at the patterns. There's this tenacity, there's this consistency of just moving forward and just staying focused on that. It's almost like a sense of tunnel vision. Once you got your eye focused on what's really moving you, stay to it. And it's something that I feel during this time of the year. It's something that's very exciting. Okay, so here we have the flowers. Here we have the pentacles. Okay, we know the more work that we put in it, the more thought, the more preciseness, and the exactness of what we're looking for, we'll start seeing the benefits. Okay, the pentacles are the results of our hard work. The same here with the flowers, the discs here. Here is the Eight of Earth. Okay. And this is from the Dreams of Gaia. Okay, so this is more in line with how we're feeling inside as we're doing this work. Okay, we want to feel good about what we're moving towards, our goals, any changes that we have to make, because we know down the road we're going to start seeing benefits. And this is an example of this with the Eight of Earth. Okay, you see the beauty of what we've been working on, showing the results. It's how we're feeling inside. Okay, there's a wholeness that comes into creating something that really moves us. And I feel during this time of the year, with the seasons, people get very creative. We go to all these stores and we see all the decorations and we see all these tools that are out there that can enhance this time of the year of unity with people. During Samhain, connecting with those who've passed on. There's nothing sad about that, because there's that connection that we have, and we want to pay respect and homage for that during Halloween, during Samhain. And this makes us grow inside. There's a fulfillment that comes from this. Okay, so here, okay, keep in mind, dedication, responsibility, fortitude. Okay, you take pride. Virgo takes pride in what they do, and it does come from the heart. Even though they're using their mental faculties to get things done, and that's how they see things, but it comes from a place of where they want to be of assistance. They want to be of service for people. Okay. And I feel during this time of Virgo, and especially with Mercury, ask questions. The more information you have, the more you can fulfill and attain, and and succeed in what you're trying to complete, whether it's for yourself, a project, in a relationship. This is a time to be vocal, but also understanding with what's going on. The more information you have, the more clarity you will get. Okay, so again, this is our first decan, our 8 of discs, 8 of pentacles, from August 23rd to September 1st or 2nd, with the sun in Virgo for the 8 of discs. Now, just to quickly point out, in Attila's deck, he has Ceres in Virgo. Ceres is the goddess of agriculture, and so this leans more with the influence of the earth aspect of harvest, what we have attained. Very similar to Lammas. Okay, looking at what we've achieved so far. Okay, and how we are going to maintain that for this time of Virgo, especially this first decan. So it's working with what we have, how little or how much we have, and how we can extend it. Here with the Neptune in Virgo, and I don't want to go too much into it because, again, I don't want to throw anybody off. The reason why, just a quick side note, Attila has Ceres in Virgo for the first decan instead of the sun in Virgo, is that he's created a system where instead of working with the 7 traditional planets, he works with all 10 planets, the outer planets, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and the 7 planets. But he also puts in the asteroids of Ceres, and and Pallas, I believe, is another asteroid that comes into his deck. So with him working with these 10 planets and other influences, his system, the way that he's created this, is that he's had to change the placement of the planets where normally we would see them in the Golden Dawn tradition as the sun in Virgo, but here he's moved them into Ceres. If you visit his website, and I'll put the link in the description, he is actually Virgo, so he is very detailed oriented, and his website is filled with a lot of information. He has a book that goes more into detail about the Unified Esoteric Tarot and his system, but the reason why I want to point this out too, we got Neptune in Virgo for the Page of Discs. Again, this is the court cards. They are different with his system as opposed to the Golden Dawn. Okay, so we have here the 6th house of health and work, and for Neptune in Virgo, okay, Neptune's a water sign, Virgo again is earth, so Neptune deals with the unknown, the mysteries, and I feel with that Neptune in Virgo placement, we start seeing an exploration. Okay, there is something in that placement, planetary placement of Neptune and Virgo, which is almost like a calling. Neptune and Virgo feels like there's this calling deep inside, that there is something that needs to be addressed. And so I feel with that influence, Virgo heeds to that calling. It knows that there's something there that is of importance, and we'll explore that. And this will go through in various forms of practices of healing, meditation. Remember, Virgo is of being of service. It deals with health. There are ways that Virgo can use this Neptune influence to strengthen more of who they are through these actions of of one's own well-being. So let's pull, I'm going to just pull 3 cards. Okay, this is just the general overview of the 8 of Discs, Pentacles. And I will do a separate video because I started a series where I'm talking about the planetary influences of our 10 planets. So I will be doing a video of Mercury. I want to do it during the month of Virgo, which is under the sign of influence for Mercury. But I will get to that when I have some time. So let's see here. You know what? Let's do this. I'm going to leave these cards here. I'm going to pull a card from each of these different decks. Okay, and that will be our reading for this first Decan in Virgo. And I want to wish a happy birthday to all the Virgos. If their birthday has already happened, or happy birthday if it's up ahead again, happy birthday. This also goes for your moon and rising sign. So if you have your moon in Virgo or your rising sign in Virgo, I still feel that's a means to celebrate as well. Why not, right? Okay, so I am shuffling here. Let's see here. Of course, okay, well that was quick. Okay, this is the first card that came up. Okay, I was shuffling that, and that card came face up to me. So, one sec. Okay, so that is 11 of water. I will have to explain that card because, again, the Dreams of Gaia has a different system. Okay, so next up I'm going to do the Asherah Tarot, which is this one. Okay, I'm also going to be working quite a bit with the Dreams of Gaia, so if I have time in the coming week or so, you're going to probably see the Dreams of Gaia popping up a lot more. Okay, so let's go here for Asherah, Virgo, the first Decan Sun in Virgo. Okay. Star's been coming up quite a bit. Okay, and then I'm keeping all my decks in their boxes or canisters. Alrighty. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, so this next card, okay, that was quick. This came out. Lots of wands. I did a reading for myself, working with the Wild Unknown, and I got quite a bit of wands. So, okay, so we got our star. So stars ruled by Aquarius. In tropical astrology, we have our 7 of wands. And here's our 11 of water. All right, so here, there's a lot of healing energy here. Emotional. Here with our 7 of wands, it's almost very hermit-like. It's like we have a total of 6 wands, 3 on either side, and then we have this wand which looks like it's in the shadow and it's aflamed. And this here is like finding inspiration within ourselves, finding that light in the shadow. And if you are doing any shadow work of any nature, I feel it's really important to have at least a candle. Don't be in complete darkness. Complete darkness will allow you to focus. but I feel having that light, as simple as this, okay? Just one light, one candle, will change the dynamics of being in that dark state. So with the Seven of Wands, we're using this as a means of finding our inner belief, our inner trust. Tell yourself at this time that whatever's going on, good, bad, or just a regular day, that there is light within yourself to keep you moving ahead. You have to find that strength in that belief. Okay, and that's why I was saying, always leave a candle if you're doing any sort of dark work. It's very important, mentally and emotionally. Okay. And do some candle meditation. Focus on the flame. Okay, focus on its movement. Just look at it. Watch how it moves. Stare into it, not for too long, because you don't want to tire your eyes. Okay, and just put your intention into it, whether it's to draw in or to release. This is all very powerful stuff. Candles. Okay, so here, the 11 of water. It's a beautiful card here. This is of emotional clarity. Being connected to your deeper self emotionally. This goes beyond the psyche. This goes more in the emotional realm. Surrounding yourself with energy that is healing, nurturing. And when I see this card, I feel very strongly of going to a body of water, but one that is moving, like an ocean or a lake where there's some form, or river where there's some sort of current, not very aggressive, something where water is moving. Okay, remember, water is our emotions. It is intuitive. If something is stagnant within ourselves, we need to have this energy moving. And this is the beauty of this card here. Because as the energy moves and shifts and ebbs and flows and rises and crashes, you know, it's a constant cycle. It's a constant cycle of growth. So with Virgo here, with this journey work, especially considering this Neptune and Virgo card, this, I feel, for Virgo is a good time to maybe start exploring, if you haven't already, that calling that you're feeling. This calling that is something that is going beyond something that you've yet experienced. And this is the connection to your emotional self. Here, our star card. Okay, star is associated with Aquarius, but the star, let's focus more on the energy of its healing prospects. Okay, it's working with the energy above of the conscious, and also where it is in its current plane, in the present state. Okay, and it's bringing these different realms together. Okay, the star is seen as a collective consciousness, everything coming together, how we interact with people, how we are communicating, What are we giving out to the universe, to everyone around us, and what's coming back to us? And what's coming back to us, if it's something that we don't really appreciate, we need to work with those energies. Okay, there's a lot of talk about the age of Aquarius, but I honestly feel we are still in Pisces. We're in transition. So that's why things are sort of the way that they are. There's this in-between state of, dealing with how we're feeling in our unknown realm, what we don't see, what is hidden, but also Aquarius of what it wants to reveal and what it wants to change. Okay, so with this Virgo month, we can use the healing aspect, the connecting to ourselves, listening to a calling. That word is very strong with me right now as I do this reading. There's a calling that's allowing you to shift and maybe explore other things. Definitely go and listen to it. Okay, because there's probably more than likely something out there that's leaving you a message, something that you need to listen to. Okay, remember what I had mentioned earlier about Virgo, it's details. The more it knows, the more it could process this information and utilize it in the best way that it can to further itself for Virgo. Okay, so we got the key words of dedication for our first Decan here. Self-dedication. This is all about you, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. And for everyone else working with this energy of Virgo, this is where we're going to start. Dedication to believing in ourselves, finding that true light. Dedication to emotionally feeling and connecting to what's going on inside. The ebbs, the flows, the changes that are happening. Being honest with yourself. This also deals with emotional health. And then, of course, the star, the conscious, the collectiveness. Putting all of these different energies together. Again, what are we taking in, and what's coming out? How can we blend these two different ways of seeing things so that becomes a force of healing? Be vocal. Speak what you feel and what you're experiencing. Okay, so there you have it. Your Virgo reading for our first Decan, August 23rd to September 2nd. This is our 11 of water, dreams of Gaia. 7 of wands, well unknown, and the Asherah tarot, the star. Okay, keywords to remember for the month of Virgo: dedication, preciseness, focus. But all of this is being driven from inside. What is making us feel motivated? What is making us feel happy? Okay, look at the cards here. Okay. From within, the emotional realm, to without, the external realm. The abundance inside and out. Okay? I'm going to leave this here so you can see this energy of doing the work. All right. I will see everyone again very soon. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the box below. Reach me for readings. I am here for you. I may have some changes coming up, but still reach out for me. I can always can always work out a day and time that works out for us. And any questions about anything that you want to know related to the tarot or astrology, please feel free to contact me. I will be very happy to hear from you. Okay. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Happy birthday, Virgo. Mercury, let's do this work, but let's do it in a way that we can be fully engaged and enjoy the process of what's happening. All right. I will see you again soon. Have a great one, everyone.